Get on up here, big boy.
Oh, I'm going up here.
I think John's happy to see you. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
All right. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt.
I'm wearing a Grateful Dead / Flash.
Yeah. What are you wearing? Other than that muscle shirt.
I got red.
Yeah.
Got red.
You got red on you.
Got red.
You remember that movie?
Got red on you.
Shaun of the Dead?
Mm-hmm. Shaun of the Dead. I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead.
You haven't?
I don't do zombies.
Oh, but it's comedy.
It's comedy.
It's a comedy.
Yeah, sure.
It's a
comedy.
zombie.
A zombie? What?
Zombie.
A what?
A zombie.
Try that again. I don't think that's a word. I think you just made that up.
Maybe, but
Okay.
it's still funny.
I make up words all the time.
So this is just
Like
a big old...
401k.
Try not to stare at the light. Good gracious, man. Those things are bright. Yeah.
Zap.
Don't look at the light.
All right. So
I can't remember who I
a
am.
topic of conversation did come up, which is how come you had never seen Star Wars?
I've never seen Star Wars because I thought it was stupid.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask him to tell us how he really felt.
I think you did.
Do you think it did? So, but we have a conundrum there. You've never seen it.
No.
No. So something you've never seen you thought was stupid.
It was the fans.
Now, I can't really much argue with that. There's a wonderful video out there by Holden Hardman that says, I love Star Wars, but I don't love Star Wars fans.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars fandom can be rather toxic.
You don't want to mix up Star Wars fans and Star Trek fans.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's a whole nother...
Yeah, my name's Patrick Stewart. You know how much hate I get when people find out that I like Star Wars more than Star Trek? Like, oh, I didn't pick my name at birth. It's like, sorry, I was named Patrick Stewart, and not because my parents were Trekkies. It was just a daggum sheer coincidence.
Well, you were named that before...
Well, not before Patrick Stewart, the actor, was born, but before Next Generation was the thing. But yeah, it's like people will find, what do you mean you don't like Star Trek? And I say, I don't like Star Trek. I said, I like Star Wars better. Somehow it's blasphemy. Like, how dare you?
Well, I mean, we get that with my wife and I do. With our daughter's name is Natalie, and she was born about the time that the first the Phantom Menace and all that came out, and people all the time still like, oh, did you name her after Natalie Portman? No, we did not.
Yeah, you did.
No, we did not.
That's what you told me.
Well,
Tiffany, I don't care what he says. He said that he had the hots for Natalie Portman, and that's why he named y'all's kid after Natalie.
So Tiffany picked the name, I didn't. So.
Oh yeah, I totally lied. So much for getting you the doghouse. Yeah. So you thought it was stupid.
Yeah.
So what kind of fans did you run into? What did they do that turns you off from Star Wars?
Besides the one that dress up all the time.
Yeah, the dress up all the time.
The dressing up and the going to the parties and the recreating the scenes and I'm gonna have a lightsaber battle.
Were you ever at a Star Wars party?
I've heard of Star Wars parties.
Well, I never made it to one, and had I known there were Star Wars parties in high school, I would have been there.
I can't say I would have, but okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No. It was just the fans that turned me off to it.
Star Wars does have some pretty fanatical fans.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like define fanatical.
Well, so have you ever dressed up to go see one of the Star Wars movies?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say that you're a fanatical fan.
All right. Okay. I would say I'm a fanatical fan.
I mean, I would also say, but not because of that, but because, you can quote almost every single Star Wars movie.
I can.
You have this, seems like, unlimited knowledge of the Star Wars universe.
It's because I'm an android.
Yeah, okay.
I get that now. I get that. Okay.
Aren't you the one that was saying, like, androids are a-holes?
C-3PO is an a-hole.
Yeah, I don't like C-3PO. You'd seen Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
You'd seen Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Had you ever seen Star Trek?
I saw the later movies when I was in middle school.
Right.
Have you seen the more recent ones with, like, Chris Pine and
I've seen the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fell asleep through the other ones.
Yeah, I remember him and Autumn said his wife said that she really liked him. But yeah,
I liked what I saw,
Yeah.
but I couldn't stay awake.
The reason I'm bringing it up is it's like Terminator. I don't know of any like crazy fanatical fan followings where people are dressing up like T-1000s.
Yeah, who dresses up like?
Like the sci-fi movies you did like Back to the Future, Terminator.
Yeah.
There weren't these huge fan bases of just like nutballs running around the world dressing up and playing make believe.
Well, Star Trek there is.
Balls.
No, it's like because your only exposure to the Star Wars world was the fans, whereas it's like you're not going to be exposed to Terminator through fandom out there. You're going to be exposed to it because of movie previews and here comes the next big sci-fi film. I actually never saw Terminator 1 until after I'd seen Terminator 2. My first Terminator film was Judgment Day, and I'm like, well, I want to see Terminator 1. Kind of like your experience with Rogue One. And then Star Wars, like what? Because you started here. I felt the same way about Terminator 1. I don't like Terminator 1 to this day.
And I hear that a lot. I hear that from people.
I was getting ready to get up and leave, but it's okay.
I have the opposite opinion. I love both equally,
I know.
to be completely honest.
Now, what I do like, I don't know which one it is, but there's one that they did later where like they got a new actor playing Reese, and they went back and they refilmed the scenes from like the original and it was like watching
Terminator Genesis? Is that what you're talking about?
Sure, whatever. The 30-second Terminator that came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's Terminator.
30,
but yeah, he did the whole thing like putting the Nike shoes on his feet and like putting a little gray coat on, and you know, instead of being like a stick figure, you know, he was like a big old buff dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that one.
Well, you know, like I find it hilarious that in like Terminator 1, like Arnold Schwarzenegger was originally cast to be the Reese character, and they were going to have O.J. Simpson be Terminator, but nobody could see him as a killer.
Is that a joke?
No, that is
that is for real.
Really?
No joke. That is for real. People could not see him as a killer.
Well, if the glove don't fit.
And then they cast Lance Henriksen, and then they said that's not a good pick, so they made him one of the police officers.
Right. Yeah, because they were like, you're really saying that like this Arnold Schwarzenegger, would not be able to beat this little stick figure of Lance Henriksen. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
Mm-hmm. It turned out fantastic.
It did. So,
I thought the casting was great in Terminator and Terminator 2.
Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people did not like Terminator Genesis, but I really like Terminator Genesis as well. I liked all of them except for Terminator 3. Okay, completely done without Terminator 3.
Terminator 3.
Yeah.
I even liked the
Aren't they doing
Salvation.
another Terminator?
No, I don't think they'll ever do another Terminator.
Not after that last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Terminator 3. I was so excited about that. I'm like, yes, finally, a sequel to T2. And I was so excited, and I went in there, and I watched it. I sat through whatever, an hour and a half, however long it was, and I left that theater looking for reasons to like this movie. And to this day, I cannot find a reason to like that movie.
Yeah, that reminds me of because my favorite movie of all time is The Crow, and then they came out. Remember, we were in high school. They came out with a sequel, Crow 2: City of Angels. Jason and I skipped school
To go see City of Angels.
and we went down to Rivergate 8
Rivergate 8.
Theater because they weren't good at checking IDs, and we were like 16, and we were just like so freaking out, like, oh my goodness, we're thinking we're gonna go to jail, like we're gonna get arrested if like we're trying to get into a rated R movie.
We expected like the cops to swarm the place.
So it's like, we get in, we buy our tickets, off we go to see Crow 2. So excited. Of course, we got Sour Patch Kids and Dr. Peppers, and we're getting all liquored up on candy and sodas, and within like 30 minutes, I've got to pee. But I'm like scared to death that if I leave and go pee, that they're going to card me on the way back into the actual showing. I'm not going to get a finished watch of the movie. So I'm like, I'm going to wait until a really good part, and then I'll go pee, because if I miss the rest of the movie, at least it's all really good part. Then the credits started rolling, And I mean, I'm like, I'm gonna burst. Like, oh my goodness, like,
You're still waiting for that.
You're
good part.
eyeballing the popcorn bucket.
yeah, and I'm just like,
That,
same
that good
thing.
part
I
never
walked
came.
out like trying to find a reason that like we're trying to like, oh well, what about that one scene with Iggy Pop where, no.
Yeah, City of Angels. That was my introduction into the universe of The Crow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And now I thought it was fantastic. Hear me out.
You both want to go this time?
I thought it was fantastic. I was like, I love it. And I went out and I bought the soundtrack to the movie and I listened to it and I thought it was great. And then I watched the original and I'm like, City of Angels blows.
Well, at least you got it right. At least you got it right. It did. It totally blew. Did you ever see number 3?
No, I never saw anything after that.
I think it was like direct to DVD. I don't know.
No? Oh yeah, it was.
Didn't it have no Mark Dacascos? He did the TV series.
Yeah.
Mark Dacascos doesn't have hair now either.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
Have you had John Wick 3? Speaking of that, have you seen that?
Golly.
I-
Yeah, we went to theater to see that together.
Did we?
Yes,
All three
the
of
three
us.
of us. Yes.
Okay.
Because you guys were trying to talk me into watching some scary movie. Because there was a previews for a movie in there. And then I was like, oh, hell no. And then somebody else in the theater started laughing. It was with Ewan McGregor. It was some sequel to a...
Oh, yeah, that Shining sequel.
Yeah, the hotel
Dr.
movie.
Murder
Yeah.
or something
Dr.
like that.
Sleep.
Dr.
Yeah.
Sleep. Dr. Murder Sleep.
Yeah,
Kill you in your
whatever.
sleep.
But yeah, that third Crow movie, interesting fun fact about it, wasn't so fun. They filmed it in 6 weeks.
And it shows.
Kirsten Dunst and then whoever the heck else was in it.
She wasn't, wasn't she?
She was.
I remember that just by the front of
Yeah.
the VHS at Blockbuster.
Yeah. And then, there's actually a 4th one.
Yeah, with Edward Furlong, right?
I don't know.
Didn't he do one?
Yeah, it was,
He did do one. but
John
I thought he
Connor
did
from T2?
I thought he did the third one.
I don't know.
I thought he was in.
I don't know. All I know
It
is
doesn't
the 4th
matter.
I
one.
have to Google it.
It was
Yeah.
like on an Indian reservation and yeah.
Some
It
like
was,
crazy guys killed him at a gas station or
I
something.
don't know.
Okay.
They were going to refilm it, but James O'Barr, like the creator of the original graphic novel, is like keeps
He's blocking it.
suing the snot out of it. Oh, rightfully so. It's his project. They're going to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to have Aquaman.
I
What's
was
his
gonna say
name?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, he was going to star in the Crow remake, and then
They're like, nah.
That, I could see that being cool.
dude, they had a screenshot like this is what he's going to look like, and I was like, Crow's going to be one bad dude.
Mm-hmm. Don't mess with Crow.
He's a big dude.
So all right, the Crow
Mm-hmm.
versus John Wick.
Oh, yeah, he's going to lose.
Yeah, you sure?
Well,
Well, he is immortal,
I was
right?
gonna-
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
he is immortal, where John Wick just thinks he's immortal.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he is.
You think so?
Have you seen those
I
movies?
hate that. I hate
He
that.
cannot die.
I hate that he cut his finger off. To me, that like I can't suspend disbelief long enough to be like, yeah, you cut your finger off, and then like 30 minutes later you're kicking everyone's butt. I'd be like,
Yeah.
that's gonna affect my
Oh.
shooting and my fighting and
Yeah.
my push-ups for sure.
I thought I was the only one that thought that.
I hated that.
As soon as that finger came off, the rest of the movie, I'm just like, he's
How does-
missing a finger.
Yeah, how's he
He's
shooting that
missing
gun?
a finger.
Every time that gun went off, it would be killing that hand.
Yeah. All the Halle Berry and the dogs in that one was.
Oh, that was great.
freaking
Those
cool.
dogs,
Yeah.
man, those dogs were cool.
She snuck the gun in the dog's flak jacket. And
Yeah.
so
I like it when she said, he shot my dog, and he's like, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Believe me, I get it. Yeah.
it's kind of
Dude,
like
the original John Wick, that ticked me off when his little dog like,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
killed his
dude.
dog.
dude, it's yeah.
That was all he had, man. He lost his wife, and that was all
Here's
he
my
had.
conspiracy theory, like crazy far-fetched theory. I don't think his wife's dead. I think they faked her death to like turn him into this super John Wick, like Bubba Yaga cubed or something, and like you're gonna find out like he's and then it's gonna be she's really alive the whole time. And
Is it going to be like Super John Wick, like Super Shredder and Ninja Turtles 2?
yeah,
When he
exactly.
busts out.
Yeah,
doesn't talk, just makes noises.
Yeah.
yeah.
My theory, coincidence, that John Wick 4 and Matrix 4 were coming out on the same day. You're going to find out that John Wick was just Neo in outside the Matrix.
Maybe that's why he can't die. Because he is Neo.
He is Neo.
Or is Neo John Wick?
One and the same.
I think it'd be more interesting if Neo was really John Wick. Because Neo's kind of a softie.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your verses. Neo versus John Wick.
Well, but so, I mean, Neo can stop bullets and stop time and fly, and I mean he's basically Superman, right?
Yeah.
He's the one.
Yeah.
Where John Wick just has this unlimited arsenal. He just keeps shooting bullets at him until he gets tired and one slips by.
Okay, that could be.
So.
I don't know. I got to go with Neo on this one.
Yeah. It's like the kids in the theater when we were watching Superman, and there was like the guys in front of us. Oh, that's not possible. He couldn't do that. If Superman flew through the air and grabbed Lois Lane, there's the speed of the
He'd have cut her in half.
It would have crushed her ribs and her spine, and it's like, and I'm like, yeah, because people fly all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, I was like, dude, people can't fly. Shut up.
I had a guy like that at the end of Age of Ultron that was trying to give us what am I thinking of?
A lecture.
Yeah, he was trying to give us a science lesson on why Tony Stark could not fly up into space and then come back. Mm-hmm. That would not be possible because science, my glasses.
Yeah.
Sounds like that dog, was it Peabody?
Oh yeah.
Sherman and Peabody.
Yeah, Sherman and Peabody. Sounds like that dog.
The Wayback Machine.
The Wayback Machine.
So I will tell you, because you were talking about so the Star Wars fans turned you off from Star Wars.
Correct.
Like people actually dress up like that.
Yeah, and they go and they watch it and they reenact the movie, and I'm like,
I don't get it.
no thanks.
But see, I'm also kind of curious too, because I get it with the movie Grease. I absolutely love the movie Grease, and I love doing the sing along with Grease. I love those things.
Have you ever dressed up and gone out?
Danny Zuko, yeah, man. People dress up like Star Wars.
Not my thing.
I can't ever say as an adult I have dressed up as a movie character and gone out. I don't think I've done that as an adult. Now I did it as a kid, but not as an adult.
He's off the top of his head. He's thinking of 4 different times he's dressed up as a Star Wars character and just walked around in public.
And now he's like, do I say it? Do I say it?
I say it. Yeah.
Which one do I use that makes me sound more manly?
Yeah.
The Princess Leia slave outfit? No, can't say it.
So I'll never forget, because I was all nervous about acting in high school. That class, I thought it was a waste of my time because I was the math guy. I'm like, why do I need to take acting class? Who cares? Like, let actors act, whatever. But no, so I had to do this monologue soliloquy thing, and I picked the scene out of The Crow, like one of my favorite movie scenes ever, and dressed up, like spent time doing the makeup and the outfit, did it all. And I get to school, it's like, this is my moment. Like, I'm gonna get on stage and I can do it because I'm wearing a mask. It's not me, it's The Crow. I get it, man. I'm like, I'm Heath Ledger right now. I'm crazy Joker, I'm in character. And as I'm walking into the theater there at the high school, a whole bunch of guys stop me and they're like, yo, Sting! What's up, Sting? Like from WCW, whatever the wrestling was with the NWO, and Sting was always dressing up like the Crow, and they're like, oh, it's Sting, it's Sting. I'm like, it's not Sting, it's Sting. I'm like, no.
It's not even worth it.
Yeah. And my sister, of course, is off in the corner laughing. My brother's a loser. Oh, look at him, Sting. He's dressed up like Sting.
It's the Crow.
Yeah, it's the Crow.
And then you run away crying.
Yeah. I'll take my ball and go home. I really can't think of too many things I introduced you to. But I remember you guys were the ones that introduced me to stuff. Jason introduced me to the whole Superman, death, life, and...
Life and Death of Superman.
Yeah, Life and Death of Superman and Doomsday. I didn't even know Doomsday was a character, which kind of ruined it for me because when they came out with the whole Batman versus Superman,
and Doomsday made his grand appearance.
And I'm like, oh, here we go. I already know what's going to happen. Superman's about to die. Everybody's going to think he's dead, but he's not really dead. But and then the way they brought him back was stupid. Slay him out in the sun.
Yeah.
But,
well, they kind of hinted at the end of Batman vs Superman, where the stuff starts floating up off of his coffin. You think nobody would have seen that?
Well, it's like a lot of people didn't like the movie. I liked it. Superman Returns.
The one with Brandon Ross.
The one where he finds out that he's got a kid.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like. I liked it. I thought it was just a standalone Superman film. I thought that he captured a good Superman. I thought the story sucked, but he captured a good Superman. But there was that one scene where he gets hit with a nuke, and it's like he's out there like dead in space, and then all of a sudden the sun hits him, and he's just like, I'm a solar cell. Hey,
I'm just a big battery.
Yeah, big battery. But so like he introduced me to Superman and like all the race cars. Like I would have never been into like Fast and Furious and stuff. I would have never been into that had it not been for this guy. You introduced me to Grand Theft Auto video games. Good upstanding citizen over there. What else did you guys? What did we introduce? Oh yeah, the whole Tekken.
I think you were the one that introduced us to Tekken.
That was me. Because we used to stay up like trying to unlock all the characters and
people were all into like Mortal Kombat, and we're like, "Have you heard of Tekken?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Mortal Kombat was cool because of all the blood, but it was like,
Yeah. But if you can master Tekken.
Yeah.
And then Soul Calibur on the.
Oh golly. Yeah.
Oh, Soul Calibur. Yeah.
What? Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur.
I don't know.
Soul Calibur.
That was an awesome game.
Yeah.
The Dreamcast.
I'll never forget that when I was playing like Street Fighter 2. That was like a really big game, early 90s. And they had Super Street Fighter 2. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, Dad was like, okay, I'm going to let you get this fighting game because, it's cartoonish. And I think fighting games are not going to be too violent. So, yeah, son, you can get a fighting game. I'm going to bring Mortal Kombat 2 home. It's like, what is that? Is that Street Fighter? No, it's not Street Fighter, Dad. It's like, here, watch this. Down forward backpack high kick just inside sweep range and watch me turn into a dragon and bite a guy in half. Yeah, it's sad. I still have all those fatalities memorized. All of them. So, yeah, we did a lot of Tekken. Did a lot of bowling. Robocop, I remember that was a big one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jason introduced me to the Robocop sequels, which I didn't know they had sequels, and I've never forgiven you for that.
Yeah, they should have stopped after the first one.
Yeah.
Like even now, like with the with the remake, they shouldn't have ever done that.
Well, I didn't know until
I enjoyed the remake.
In high school with Jason, I didn't know that Robocop actually lived. That's why I didn't know there were sequels. I was 6 years old, 6 or 7, and Dad gets Robocop. And I'm begging him to watch Robocop because Robocop's like so popular. He's like, son, it's rated R. You're going to hear a lot of bad words. It's very violent. You're not going to watch it. You're going to have nightmares. And you're going to be like, Dad, I have nightmares. I can't sleep. And none of us are going to sleep. He's like, no, you're not going to watch Robocop. And I was just like, please. So he was like, look, you can watch Robocop, but you better finish it. And I don't want to hear any of this crying. It's a horrible movie. And you better not repeat any of those bad words. You're going to hear none of that. So the opening scene of RoboCop when they like destroy this guy, like I'm about to toss my cookies, like I can, and he's like, "You doing all right over there, son?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm good. Oh, I'm good."
Cops don't like me, and I don't like cops. Bam.
So anyway, he becomes RoboCop, and I'm down with it. Well, that scene in the garage, like toward the end when he's like. And they're just shooting him like crazy. Mm-hmm. I honestly thought RoboCop died. Like, I remember I just burst out into tears, just bawling, "Oh, they killed RoboCop!" And I took off running from my room. And I thought that was the end of the movie. Like, and it wasn't until, that
was just the beginning.
It wasn't until like a decade later. Jason's like, "Let's watch RoboCop." I'm like, "I hate RoboCop, man. I don't understand why they killed the bad guy off." He's like, "Well, they didn't, because there's like a 2, 3, 4, 5, and 18." I was like, what? So we watched it, and I was like, oh, I didn't know he lived.
And the extended director's cut is even better.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
So.
Because I remember, high school posters. That was a big thing in the 90s, like having posters on your wall.
Remember I had like, what all had?
You had the big giant rifle from RoboCop.
Yeah, I had the Barrett. I had that above. Yep. And then I had the movie poster of Double Team with John Claude Van Damme and what's his name, Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
I had Independence Day, the movie poster. I had a bunch of them. I had
I had a bunch of Bruce Lee posters and the Crow poster. Oh, good gracious, I had so many Crow posters.
But I think the most awesome movie poster has to go to John with his framed T2 poster.
Oh man, I love that. Yeah,
That was nice.
yeah. And when I moved out on my own, I had that hanging in my living room.
I would have too.
Yeah, and then I got married, and it doesn't exist.
It better be somewhere.
It is nowhere.
Oh, okay.
It is gone.
You sure it's not in the attic somewhere?
No, it is gone.
Oh, I remember one Christmas I got you a big like chrome looking T2 face coffee mug.
The hand. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I don't remember. It just
Yeah.
said T2.
I still got it. I don't use it.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It's
get,
on
like,
display.
You probably get like lead poisoning from it or something.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm dying. You know, we played a lot of video games in high school.
We did.
Yeah.
We had nothing better to do.
No, we didn't.
Well, I mean, we didn't really discover girls until like sophomore year.
You did.
You about the same time.
Sophomore year, I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 30.
I was gonna say, like he didn't, like he was a grown adult before that. I remember I came home from the military. He's like, here's my first girlfriend, man.
No joke. That's for real. That's for real.
Yeah. Yeah. You know why?
He was the
Because you
wholesome.
never went to the Star Wars parties. Just wait till you watch Return of the Jedi. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, see? Oh!
I've seen photos.
Have you seen photos? He's like, I had a poster of it next to my T2 poster.
I hate Star Wars, but
I like Leia.
man,
Yeah.
That Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, man, I think we've got enough footage for me to play with. I think so. Because I've got to try to figure out how to get that green screen out and then turn it into, I don't know,
Cool.
something.
these things are real creaky.
Are they?
Yeah, we might not want to use those next time.